Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Shy, but you can call me Shadowcat as the channel name suggests, and today we're watching more Andor. The last episode that we watched was the first one that I don't really know how I felt about it, because we were being introduced to so many new characters and so many new story elements. I think that the episode for me just sort of came across like it was a setup episode rather than an episode where that much really happens. So it might be one of those episodes that is better in hindsight, but as a first time viewer, I found it a little bit confusing. So I'm hoping that we get some sort of payoff in this episode. There is supposed to be some sort of celestial event happening that is going to act as the perfect disguise to this group of people going in to steal the payrolls. So I'm wondering if that's going to happen this episode, because I think the way that they set it up was that it was going to happen in 3 days time. So I assume the events of that will be taking place in this episode, and they really set up the stakes to make it seem like it was a suicide mission. So I'm really excited to see how that's going to go down. But Luthen was very adamant in the last episode that the mission does not happen without Cassian, and so I'm really curious to learn why he has so much faith in Cassian. From what we, the audience, know at this point, the two of them haven't met so far, and I don't think that we got any backstory there as to why he is so invested in Cassian and what Cassian can do for the Rebel Alliance. We also learned that Luthen is cloaking his identity and that he really actually works for the Empire, so I'm hoping that we get more information on that and why he is trying to take it down, why he aligns himself with the Rebel cause. I'm hoping that we go into that a little bit. But anyways, I think that I've spoken enough, so let's just get into the episode. I'm glad we're getting more of this character. I was afraid that when the takeover happened that he was going to be ousted of the show. Ousted from the show, I should say.
You might as well wear a sign that says, "I promise to disappoint you." Do you have even a single prospect before you?
We'll find a way.
I'm calling in the family favor.
What does she mean by prospect?
These are desperate times.
You're assuming he'll remember you.
Someone who'll take you on, Cyril.
Setting the bar high, are we?
Uncle Harlow will know what's best.
I liked that little interaction between those characters. I feel like it really illustrated their dynamic really well.
It's all there. Bill asked me to have a look. I think she's having second thoughts. You didn't come with much. That plus the bad arms, pretty clear you left wherever you were in a hurry.
Perceptive.
You know what this means, don't you?
Cratehead.
Cratehead?
See, they don't know.
By the hand.
So where were you?
Sipo. Youth Center.
The axe forgets, but the tree remembers. Now it's our turn to do the chopping.
So that's it. That's why you're here? Revenge?
Yeah, that's good enough for now.
Was that a juvenile detention? Is that what they're saying? Not sure if I'm interpreting that correctly.
And the lieutenant?
Without him, there's no plan.
He could be walking us right into a trap.
They would have taken us down by now. Or maybe that's what you're here for.
Here to win and walk away.
Something tells me it's not going to be that easy. I feel like we're definitely going to have casualties on this mission, because they kept talking about how difficult it's going to be to pull off, and we just got introduced to a lot of new characters, so I don't want to get too attached.
Did you eat?
When would that have happened? Just came down.
Take something for the ride. What? We need to be going.
Oh, change in plan. Dad's taking me.
We planned this.
You did?
Get your coat. It's not up for discussion.
Are you serious?
Get your coat.
It's out of your way anyway, so what's the point?
Why is their relationship so contentious?
You're only doing it to show off.
What?
Just go. You're involved somehow.
Is she too busy for
that's
her?
just-
Or
Nobody
is that-
cares. You can relax.
That's just so hurtful.
See? There you go.
Go where?
That's my point. It's all about you, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's always all about you.
Is this really how you'd like to start the day?
I didn't choose this conversation.
So appreciate the support.
Yeah, I mean, to her daughter's point, like, she was bringing the conversation back to her and how everything was affecting her more than how it was affecting her daughter. Like, she didn't even ask.
There's a growing list of things we've known and forgotten, things they've pushed us to forget. Things like freedom.
Emmett sees oppression everywhere.
Skeen pretends not to listen, but I know the message is sinking in.
He's writing a manifesto. Did he tell you? I'd like to hear what Clem believes.
I know what I'm against. You don't know how to get it off the runway, do you?
We know how to fly it.
Yeah, but you gotta get it up there first.
Answer the question.
You really don't. Do you?
Oh my god.
You don't know how to get it out of there.
Why isn't this in the manual?
Because it's a custom job. It's an add-on. What were you gonna do if I wasn't here?
Yeah, I'm thinking the exact same thing.
I'll pilot.
No, you'll do as you're told.
I'm flying it.
Okay.
Okay.
It turns out Luthen was right to say without having Cassian on board, then the entire mission is cancelled. Because what the hell were they going to even do without him? Like, it was going to be a botched mission if he didn't come along. I guess we don't know that it's not going to be a botched mission, but they were really going to be screwed without him.
Shoulders back. More.
Don't touch me. If you want something, you tell me.
It's about confidence. We belong here. We're following orders. The door's being opened as we approach. Lieutenant Gorn will be out front. He's the leader. Last man in bolts the door behind him.
I am not confident in them.
Halt!
You should switch.
What?
He's left-handed.
Why don't you get a handle on what we're doing here before you start making suggestions?
Why switch sides?
Skin is left-handed. You want your weapon on the outside.
What am I?
Right-handed.
Tarramin?
Damn.
Right.
Center?
He is paying attention.
Saber's right, but shoots left.
Wow.
Fine.
I mean, right now is not the time to let your ego get in the way of things. You're going on a really potentially deadly mission. You should take all of the suggestions you can get. Whoa!
They'll soon see. A surprise from above is never as shocking as one from below.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm just moving your stuff.
Don't.
It was in the way.
Don't ever.
I thought you were checking the comms.
Suspicious. What
Wasn't he
is
primed?
this woman's deal?
It's useless. They haven't broken, misplaced, or mislabeled a single military component in the past 12 quarters.
I feel like she has a big role to play in this story.
I know this. If I was them, this is how I'd do it. I'd spread it out, never climb the same fence twice.
To the rebellion.
To the rebellion.
Alright. Wishing you guys all the luck.
I needn't tell you how wrong you were about Uncle Harlow. He never felt police work was your chosen path.
Because he knows me so well.
And whose fault is that?
Can I guess?
Their dynamic is so interesting.
Yes, I heard some of that.
Our conversation.
Your side of it, hard to miss. Sadly, I wasn't able to study Uncle Harlow's response.
Lieutenant Gorn. What's an Imperial lieutenant doing, getting involved with this?
What difference does it make? He fell in love with a local woman, lost a promotion. Then he lost the woman. Then he lost his taste for the Empire. Everyone has their own rebellion.
The thing you hear when posted to Aldani is that perhaps you'll be lucky enough to be there for the Eye.
The idea of being this close and not seeing it. And I know we can't all be up there, but I fear morale might be crushed by having anything more than an essential roster down here tomorrow night.
I want it painted the day after tomorrow. I'll be here midday and I expect to see it shine.
Absolutely,
Sir. Make sure the men know how close they've come.
I'm hoping that we get to see this episode. I feel like these episodes always end before I want them to end, so I'm like scared that we're about to get to the Eye and it's gonna be like black screen. See you next episode.
Don't move. Because you know what'll happen.
What the hell?
There we go. I knew
Guy.
it. He comes here with nothing but the clothes on his back and a stone worth 30,000 credits.
If you have a problem, you come to me.
Here I am. He won't say why he's here, where he's from. He doesn't say what he believes in, and now this? Who brings a treasure to a robbery?
We don't have time for this.
I need to know who I'm riding with.
You know exactly who I am. And you know I'll kill you for it.
Okay. Okay, so I guess we know it's not a fake, huh?
Everyone stands down. Everyone!
There's something coming. There's something in the valley.
Get your packs up.
Yeah, this is not the time.
Move. Put the weapon away. Give him the stone. You can kill each other later.
But at the same time, I do see where this character is coming from. Andor, at this present moment, to the rest of the characters, is completely shrouded in mystery. And they're doing like a life or death mission. Like, you have to trust the people that you're with. And so I understand.
I'm being paid.
Oh.
Paid to be here.
What?
Yeah. I'm here for the money. You can't live with that? I'm not worth it? I'll walk away and wish you luck.
You knew this.
The choice was take him or call it off.
Call it off.
You should have told us days ago.
Maybe so.
It just would have been something else.
What's that mean?
The day before is always hard. Too much time to worry.
You think we're scared?
I know you are. You want out of this. Make a choice. Don't use me as an excuse.
Damn.
Let's get to the camp in one piece. You can all chew on it there. All of you. Move.
They are falling apart before they even go on this mission. Oh my god, the trust is not there at all.
When were you planning to tell me about this new foundation?
I didn't think you'd be interested.
Why is that?
It's charitable.
Oof. Yeah, these people hate each other.
What's his name?
Damn, he wants revenge bad. Yeah, he's not done.
She wants me to tell you about my brother. There's a long version, but what matters is they killed him. He was a farmer. He couldn't bear it, so he went in a boat and filled his pockets with stones.
Damn.
That's as close to an apology as you're gonna get.
It's close enough.
Okay. Building some rapport. That's good.
Where will you be?
If all goes well, we'll see you tomorrow night.
I need to hear you tell me you can follow the plan.
You won't have a problem with me.
Yeah, what are these two up to? They're being so secretive about their part in the mission.
I thought you were turning it off.
I was just going to.
You said that an hour ago.
Am I keeping you up?
They're either going to be okay out there or they're not.
Well, that's a daring prediction.
Bel's the only one who traces back.
No. The thief, Andor. I wasn't careful.
It'll all be over this time tomorrow.
Or would he just be starting?
Or that?
Probably that one. Yeah, we're not gonna get this episode. Alright, so we just finished Andor episode 5, and I think that this one was certainly a step up from the last episode. I think it was necessary to further establish who these characters are and what they're in it for, and also to create space for the rest of the crew and Cassian to build some sort of rapport among each other, since obviously they didn't really trust each other going into this, and with the type of mission that they're trying to pull off, like, I feel like trust is very integral. Cassian showed himself to be a person who's really, really perceptive, somebody who sees the details, and these little details are the things that really, really are going to matter when push comes to shove. So I think that he has shown himself to be an invaluable member of this team, especially when they were talking about getting the craft off of the ground and how they didn't know how to do that. And I was like, how the hell, like, what the hell were you guys planning on doing without him? So I think that this episode, while I guess you can argue is more setup, I do think that it was really, really necessary so that when we go into the mission, we have this to fall back on. We have these relationships to fall back on. We understand these characters a little bit more so that when we go into the mission, we understand personal motives a little bit more. And also, if we do lose people like I'm expecting to, it's going to hit harder if you know who those characters are rather than characters that you just met an episode ago. So even though I've only had 2 episodes with them, I definitely think that it was necessary for me to spend more time with them before we send them into a suicide mission. I'm really interested in what's happening with Korn right now. Since the beginning of meeting his character, he's always just been so fascinating to me, and this turn of events that he has found himself in was not one that I was expecting, but one that I think serves his character well, and I'm excited to see, because clearly now it seems like he has an even bigger chip on his shoulder than he already did, and honestly, the chip was already really, really big at the beginning of the show, so I'm curious to see how that will culminate. I'm really excited for that. I really do enjoy that character. Just like a little sad, a sad antagonist, loser. He kind of gives me the Spot vibes from Across the Spider-Verse. If you know, you know. I don't want to give any spoilers of that movie, but in the sense that they're pretty unassuming characters. So I'm really excited to see how that plot plays out. They've also been showing us the dynamic in the Mon Mothma family. That has been really fascinating, especially because it was really, really easy to see where the daughter is coming from and why she would have resentment and hold contentment towards her mother, even though her mother is trying to save the universe. She obviously doesn't know about that, and her mom has to sort of like moonlight as only a politician and not be so forthcoming with what she is actually working on in her spare time. So that has been a very fascinating dynamic to be able to see play out. So yeah, I think that this episode had a lot of really, really good elements to it. It was a step up from last week. I do think that it still was a little bit of setup, but I think that it was really, really necessary setup. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with me, and we will pick it up with episode 6 the next time. Bye.